Welcome back to the show, Psycho Chickens of Cyberspace. It's Troy Casey, your leader, president of Planet Earth. And today we're going to talk about the disgrace known as the Olympics opening ceremony. What was that all about? Predictive programming, Communist Manifesto, divide and conquer the genders, the races, the dysfunction, acting inclusionary and diverse, but not accepting or being inclusive of diverse opinion on that subject with the censorship. Lenny Boy made a video on that and it got 3 million views, and then it got censored and taken down for bullying and harassment. But you can't question reality today, right? Question authority. And what authority is it? It's an entertainment show. And what are they doing? They are making a mockery of Christianity. I mean, since when is that inclusive? And not to mention all this programming around pride. I mean, what is prideful about sexual debauchery, leading with your sexuality? Prime directive is procreation. So you're going to need a man and a woman to make life. So this is a death wish being shoved down people's throats and normalizing dysfunction with sexually abused, dysfunctional human beings. We have transvestites, transgenders, all dressed up in drag shows, genitalia hanging out, Pride Month. What is that all about? Pride is a deadly sin. And we're having it showcased to the world. The opening ceremony, that's a kid's show. And so we're seeing this constantly, this predictive programming, accept dysfunctional behavior. Why do we need to lead with our sexuality? Do I have to tell you what I do behind closed doors and what types of sexual positions or sexual escapades that I like? Or if I like anal sex, or if I like a reach around, right? What does that have to do with life on earth? Whatever happened to don't tread on me? How about that? You do what you do and I'm going to do what I do and we're good. If you start shoving down my throat what you do, I don't like it. And the last vestiges of freedom are here in the United States. Why? Because our God-given rights have been written down on a piece of paper. And free speech and freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, these things are at the cornerstone of our freedom. And what we're dealing with now is the battlefield of the human mind. The mind stores information in images, and the corporations know that. They hire the best neuroscientists, child psychologists to climb inside, especially your children's mind, to brand them. Who is funding the Olympics? What globalist corporate factions are funding it? These are the questions you want to ask. This is not wholesome life. This is a death wish. This is not life affirmative principles. What kind of food are they advertising on there? Last time I checked, and when I was doing commercials in Hollywood, I stopped doing food commercials because all food commercials are junk food. And what are they growing junk food in? Pesticides and herbicides, mainly glyphosate that's killing the gut microbiome, that affects people's ability to have clear, clean, bright cognitive function. And then how's that playing out in the world? Well, people are lost right now. Men's suicide rates are going through the roof. And this whole gender bending thing that they're trying to shove down your throats, anything in the commercial conduits is not your friend. Commercial, corporate, and the government allows all the corporate subsidies and allows for all this to take place. So the government isn't your friend. And I'm here to help you break free of the matrix simulation. And so joining me live right now is the wonderful and very intelligent Captain Barbero, Captain Informer. And so, Barbero, what is your intelligent take on this?
Well, really what it comes down to is the system's always going to show everyone exactly what they're planning on doing or already doing. The bottom line is that we all have a choice, and that choice is what do we actually want to get clear about embodying in our own selves and also seeing around us and feeling around us. And then once that's very clear what that is, we have a choice to either march, dance, move in formation, IN-formation, to what it is that we actually want and desire, or we get stuck, trapped, and enslaved in a hypnotic state of transformation, that is TRANCE-formation, a hypnotic transformation for someone, or best of all, something else to control and enslave us. So the question is which one will it truly be for us?
Are you being usurped into the simulation? Usurped into the matrix? What is your choice? The biggest thing you will need to do is deprogram your mind and reconnect to nature. You are a dynamic, harmonic being, and when you shovel linear, static inputs into your system, that creates chaos. And so, look at the linear, static inputs right there. With the grid system, the electrical grid, those wires right up there, and then the layers of particulate behind that, right? You see that? This is all commercial oppression, right? And it's up to us to wake up. How do you wake up a human being? You oppress the shit out of them. No different than a shoot of grass coming through the concrete or the asphalt. You can't stop nature. And remember, when it comes to nature, prime directive is procreation. And you will need a man and a woman to do that. That's not going away anytime ever. So I hope this helped you guys to understand the bread and circus even more. Same thing if you're watching NFL and Major League Baseball, and sports are fun here and there, but just know that the programming all around it, and if you are giving up all your power for that one team, that one day off a week to watch the game, what are you allowing into your consciousness? I hope that helps you for a thought for the day. And Captain Barbero, what do you have for us?
One last simple thing, and that is, no matter what it is, if you're spending money, you're working out, you're watching TV, any action, any movement, anything is an investment. So always remember that. And what is it that you're actually investing into? Because what it is that you're investing into is what you're going to get a lot more of. You're essentially voting for that.
Right? Vote with your dollars. Vote with your attention. And it's been said that attention is the new oil. Attention is the biggest commodity out there, and they are vying for it. This is the battlefield of the mind. One thing I wanted to bring up on the battlefield of the mind is during World War I and World War II, even the Civil War, there was so much carnage. And then World War II, there was so much collateral damage as far as architecture, infrastructure. They dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and destroyed those cities, right? And then you've got everything that happened in Europe, England, London. They destroyed a lot of those buildings. And so the intelligence communities, the military, the American military got together. Even the Soviets studied this, on how to control the human mind. So, and Hitler was on to this as well, because he worked with Joseph Goebbels, who was a student of Edward Bernays, who was the inventor of propaganda and public relations or marketing that we all see now. And from there, they understood that you can psychically control the human being to do the things. You get doctors or people of perceived authorities to smoke. They used to smoke and advocate all sorts of things, just like we saw during they recommended certain therapies, and it was all the deference to authority.
And remember, years before that whole scam thing, they also had a opening ceremony to the Olympics that also included some scenes from event, such like that.
Yeah, it was 2008, right? It
It might have
was
been 2012.
maybe 2012. Go back and look at that opening ceremony. Predictive programming.
The boogeyman.
Yeah, Satanist, devil worshipping. And so the KGB, the CIA, they studied psychic phenomenon and worked to control the human mind because of the collateral damage in World War I, World War II, the trauma that it caused. Once you have traumatized human beings, it's hard to have any kind of society that's going to work in the industrial age. So it's layered, this warfare that we're dealing with. And so Men Who Stared at Goats is a movie you can check out about the psychic phenomenon that they studied and mind control. MK Ultra, Operation Mockingbird, which is how they control the media, which is how they control the mind. You defer your authority to the news programs, but they are just all programming you. Mind control, brainwashing.
One more little thing to add. I know I keep saying that. So the more traumatic experiences that one gets hit with, the more it scatters the consciousness, especially when before one traumatic experience concludes, another one is introduced. And then you're just stuck in this whole scattered cycle. And that scattered consciousness is conquered. And until you become clear and get out of that trauma and that scatteredness, you're theirs.
Yep, divide and conquer. Schizophrenia, it makes you cuckoo. You start gender bending, race wars, people wars, male against female, feminism. These types of things were designed to weaken the family, weaken the structure, weaken the men so they couldn't fight back. Mind control, soften them up, dope them up on all sorts of xenoestrogens and hormone disrupting materials. Dumb them down. Don't let them fight. That's why if you say anything about the environment, the chemtrails, you get this whole if you don't wear your sunscreen, which are xenoestrogens, hormone disruptors, if you don't wear that, somebody's going to try and call the cops on you. So wake up, guys. This is a big wake-up call. Clean, clear, and bright. Stop putting poison inputs into the mouth, into the pie hole, which affects the gut, which affects your cognitive function. It's all interrelated, guys. Deprogram your mind. Come back to reality. Get your feet in the ground. Get your body in the sun. Jump in a cold body of water. Reconnect with your brothers and sisters. And have a great day.